Welcome to Marquee Backstage, All Access. I'm your host, Julie Milam. As always, we are going to dive deep into the lives and music of our guests, and we'll share 5 full-length song performances, all of which were recorded at Thunder Sound Studios. Stopping by Marquee Backstage All Access, we have a true Southern gentleman who has opened for Ward Davis, the Steelwoods, Sonny Sweeney, just to name a few. That's right, we're excited to welcome Rye Davis. Out now is Rye's latest work, Cut to Tape. And straight from that EP, here is If You Wanna Rock and Roll.
I may wind up going where she told me to go, but right now I'm rolling down this road to my next show. Cause out here on the highway is the only life I know, and you ain't got time for nothing else if you wanna rock and roll. No. They said, so write yourself a song, boy, it's money in the bank, and we'll all sing along while we ride your gravy train. Rub elbows with the big wigs and get amongst their ranks, but I don't need their permission, and I don't care what they think. So I may wind up going where she told me to go. Yeah, but right now I'm rolling down this road to my next show. Cause out here on the highway is the only life I know, and you ain't got time for nothing else if you wanna rock and roll. And I've been driving through the day so I can make my show tonight, and I wrote myself a brand new song and hope I get it right, and that somebody listens and the band is sounding tight. Do it all again tomorrow and there ain't no end in sight. So I may wind up going where she told me to go. Yeah, but right now I'm rolling down this road to my next show. 'Cause out here on the highway is the only life I know, and you ain't got time for nothing else if you wanna rock and roll. No.
What a great way to get us started. That was Rye Davis with If You Wanna Rock and Roll. As some of you may know, Rye started out as a minor league baseball player, and while on the road, he taught himself how to play the guitar. Rye shares with us those baseball days and the friendships he made along the way. And to top things off, we'll get to hear the first song Rye ever wrote. It's called Blue Jeans, and listen close to find out if you can relate. So tell us what young Rye Davis was like growing up in Kentucky.
Well, I grew up on a farm. It's a fourth generation farm now that my wife and I live on it. Grew up on a dairy farm and tobacco just like everybody else, and now they've got poultry. My dad was always a huge music fan, really loved the outlaw music with like Willie and Waylon. My first ever album he got me was a CD of CCR's greatest hits, and then so that was great. And then I grew up playing baseball. I played all through high school and ended up playing up here at WKU, Western Kentucky University, as a team co-captain there, and played some minor league ball, and that's kind of where I got into music. So long story short, grew up on a farm, listened, loved music, just was always really passionate about it, but never really played. Didn't realize how passionate I was about it until I realized how everybody else didn't like it as much as I did. Like I would always dig in and find out about where it come from, the history behind it. And when I got done, I ended up playing some minor league ball with the Phillies and played some independent ball around like Chicago and on the East Coast. And when I was released, I bought like a little mini travel guitar for like when we were on the road, and that's where I learned to play. So
Self-taught.
yeah. So always just loved music, loved agriculture, loved small town living, and did my thing that way. Yeah, so I don't really know how we got here, but we're here and I like it. Yeah.
We're glad to have you here. So no one else in your family played music and really introduced you to creating music?
No family musicians, I mean, we grew up in church, we did the church thing when I was coming up, and everybody sang there. And my mom was always singing around the house. My dad, like I said, he loved all that stuff. And there was always music in the home, but
Nobody created it.
Nobody created it. No, I started learning to play guitar just because I always kind of had an interest in it. And I guess I've always kind of written songs, and I've always had a little bit of an ear for music. I had a harmonica when I was a kid I'd play around with, and just would listen constantly, and it was always in the house. But no other creators. I'm the first one that I know of, unless, when I get home, my dad might say, "Oh, I had a band up till I was 30." But no, but he
told you that.
Never told you that. No, none of that's true. I made all that up. Yeah. But
what was the first song you ever wrote and played for your family?
It was a song called Blue Jeans. It was the first song that I ever wrote and actually played for my family. And it's one that I've played that song at every single show that I've ever played, and I will play it every show I'll play from here on out, just because it was the first song where I thought, I can really do this music thing for a living. And it's the first song that really connected on a personal level with a lot of folks, especially mothers and mothers that have sons especially. So that one really hits close to home. That's the first one that I ever was like, you know what, I'm going to start playing this out for people. And it's taken me a long way, just that one song. I've written a whole bunch of others, and silly, funny songs, just trying to get in and learn to play, but never, not one like that. That's the first one that I remember anyway.
Did you ever use music or your love of music when you were hanging out playing baseball and just introduce music to other players?
Oh, yeah. I'd sing in the locker room all the time.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Would they sing along?
Yeah, some of them would, not very well, but they try. Of course, I wasn't I wasn't where I am now then either, but yeah, I would always introduce country music. Waylon Jennings has been my favorite artist since I was in the 4th grade. Him and Bo Cephas, and I got made fun of back when everybody else was listening to what was the boy band craze when we were kids. It was like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and Boys to Men and all that stuff. They all loved that, and of course 90s radio, country radio was around too. But I've always loved that stuff. Somebody asked me what my favorite artist was, and I said that then, and I got made fun of for it. It's like, who's that? He's an old guy. And now it's like, yeah, you're not out.
Who doesn't know him now?
Yeah, I don't know if any of them's out making a living singing in boy bands, but I'm out singing some Waylon tunes or trying to make songs like that, So.
Do you keep in touch with any of the guys you played baseball with that are now watching your career rise in music?
Oh yeah, absolutely. 2 of them were my wedding. I got the fun thing about what we do, especially being on the road, is before I got into music, I was kind of on the road anyway, and I got to meet folks from all over the country. So some of my best friends live in Chicago, down in Florida, all over the East and West Coast, just everywhere. So when we go play, it's kind of cool to get to kind of catch up and see what they're doing and how their lives are changing and ours are changing. So
it's a fantastic way to keep in touch with everybody.
Yeah, it's a great way. Yeah. And
they all want that backstage pass, right?
Yeah.
Can you get me in for free?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. We'll get them in. They played ball with me. They went to war with me. We'll get them in and let them listen to some tunes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to some tunes.
Let's do it.
All right.
These old blue jeans have been tattered and torn. They've earned a skull ring and their denim is worn. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, when Mama washed my jeans, Lord, them secrets they told. They told all about the night I snuck out from the smell of spilled whiskey and all the beer caps. The time that I punched that old boy in the mouth. Them old blood stains, Lord, they're still hanging round. 'Cause these old blue jeans been tattered and torn. They've earned a skull ring and their denim's worn. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, when Mama washed my jeans, Lord, them secrets they told. It's how she found out about the heart that I broke from all of the letters that my first love wrote. And that yellow beer collider's how she found out I smoke. It brought tears to her eyes, that much I know. 'Cause these old blue jeans have been tattered and torn. They've earned a skull ring and their denim's worn. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, when Mama washed my jeans, Lord, them secrets they told. 'Cause they've been to church and to dusty old bars. And just like me, Lord, they've earned every scar. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, when Mama washed my jeans, Lord, them secrets they told.
Follow Rye Davis behind the scenes and stay up to date on new music, tour dates, and more by visiting his website, ryedavis.com, or follow him on social media at Rye Davis Music. We invite you to follow us on social media as well at Marquee Backstage. There you'll find upcoming guests, behind-the-scenes video content, and lots more music. Up next, we learn about Rye's life on the road, his desire to give people a voice through his songs, and an example of that is Everyday America, which he'll play for us right here on Marquee Backstage All Access.
Tell me what your life is like when you're out on the road.
Pretty hectic. The life that we live right now, we play anywhere between like 150 to 200 shows a year. So we're just out trying to represent our music and do our thing and be as honest as we can about it and do it. It's a little bit of an old school way about doing it, actually going and playing the shows. A lot of folks are really going the online route right now with, all the streaming, YouTube, and as easy as it is to get out. But our people are real blue-collar people, They like to go spend their money on the weekends and really kind of let loose and have a good time, and are looking for somebody that sings about that side of life, but not only the good times, the side of life that says, we've worked hard all week and real life happens. We've really focused on that in this last album and the upcoming album. So life on the road is a lot about meeting people like us and doing it a whole lot and just getting with it. It's a grind, but we really love it. So
it is, but
yeah.
you're really lifting up people, and it's something that they can look forward to.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to do. With our songs, we feel like our songs are more story songs. So we're trying to shed a little bit of light on things that we feel like don't get enough attention. We've got songs in this upcoming album about Alzheimer's. We've got songs about this song called Everyday America that is really about the men and women who wake up every single day and really focus on trying to provide for themselves and their family and doing everything that they can to find a voice that we feel like has kind of been ignored. The folks that are really pushing and pushing and pushing, and there's nobody out there speaking for them except for themselves. And that's what we're trying to do in those songs. Just stories and really pushing a way of life that is not necessarily, it's not dying, it's still out there. It's what kind of keeps the country strong, but it's been ignored as far as those voices, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give them a voice,
Well, especially in rural America.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
still a lot of that out there. Are there any people that you've met on the road or come up to you at one of your shows that really inspired you with their story?
All of them. It's more of a group effort, I would say, and in the songs that we're writing, especially the Everyday America, each verse is about a different person. The first one is about the American farmer. We feel like farming and agriculture has been the root of not only this country but every country. It's one that we're really passionate about because that's all. I'm a fourth generation farmer. We still have a farm. We just bought the family farm back and keep that up with my dad whenever we're home. And we feel like that's really rooted in what we do with the blue collar attitude that we got. And the second verse is about the nurses and the doctors and the first responders that every time anybody, they really don't get enough attention. The nurse that's out working, the night shift doesn't really care about anything except saving a life and making sure that she's doing what she needs to be doing, and they don't get enough attention. And working through those songs, those are the types of people, and the factory workers, and then our military men and women, of course. They don't get. None of those folks get anywhere near enough attention, and none of them have a voice. There's a lot of noise out there today with social media and all the online stuff, but I don't feel like the people who are actually out there keeping the country what it is, I don't feel like we're grateful enough for them, and that's a huge majority of this country. So it's something that hits real close to us, and I keep using the term blue collar, and I don't know if that's the right word for it. I guess it's just American. I feel like the American dream and the American way is something that's still going strong and always will keep going strong, whether or not it's got a voice or not. But I feel like it can only help if we try and give it that voice.
Absolutely. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Woo!
So when you were a kid growing up, was there someone that you looked up to that represented that audience?
Oh, my dad, obviously, yeah. So when I was talking earlier about being a fourth generation farmer, Dad bought the farm that we have right now. He bought both of them when he was 17, and he didn't really have much. They didn't have much anything. The first house we lived in had holes in the walls with stuff with newspaper. The floors were falling in, and Mom and Dad didn't have anybody to give them anything. It's one of those things to where I feel like it's my responsibility, given all the advantages that I've been given that my mom and dad didn't have. Mom and dad didn't have that. We started with nothing, and they've worked their way to where they are now, and which is a middle class American that's earned everything that they got, and they're the voice that I'm singing for. Those are where the songs are coming from, and it's my responsibility being given those opportunities to try and sing about what those opportunities can do, not only for me but for everybody else. All the stories that we got, from Blue Jeans to Everyday America to King Me, and they're all real stories, they're real life, they're what's going on right now, and not just the country there, but I feel like music is something that has always connected with people, especially country music. And country music's not dead by any means. It's just hiding out, waiting to pop out. We're out there making it, man. We're out there doing it, and really trying to be as real as we possibly can. And to be as real as you possibly can, you got to go out and you got to play those places, and you got to meet those people, and you got to sing to those people. And that's where the real country music's at, and it's starting to surface simply because of that. So Mom and Dad are definitely the two that really hit for me, and that's where it all comes from. And I hope one day that my kids can say the same thing about me and their grandparents, and just have that, really dive deep. And this is what we got. This is where it came from. This is why we do what we do. And let's do something every day to make the world a little bit better place. And I feel like my best way to do that is through music and singing and writing the songs that really bring that to life. So that was a little bit of a long-winded answer, but
no, I
there
love
you
it.
go. Yeah.
That's it, though. It's knowing what is valuable in this world and focusing on that.
Right, knowing what's important. And it's easy to get caught up as far as in my line of work especially. You really want to get caught up in like, well, there's only there's the Spotify streams, or they're not playing me on the radio, or they're not doing this and they're not doing that. But and then you go play somewhere in the middle of, we were in the middle of, I think it was Kansas, right outside of Kansas City, this little hole-in-the-wall bar, and this guy comes up to me. I played a song called Blue Jeans, and he comes up to me afterwards, him, and it was like his daughter and her fiance or something, and they talked about Blue Jeans and how that song had really, it just reminded them of them and how they grew up. And then you realize it's not about like whether or not you're getting played on the radio, or if everybody knows who you are, or anything like that. You never know who that one person, how it's going to affect their life. And the sooner you can get out of that mentality of, I'm going to be a star, and we've all fell into it. Like I want to be this, and I want to be that, and I want to sing these type of songs. And you can just sit down and be honest with yourself and see what kind of music that you make. And I make country music, country-ish music. It's pretty country, and that's what I am, and that's my soul, and that's what the people that listen to me do, and that's where it's at. It's something that hits close to home to a lot of people, and we try our best not to get caught up in all the noise. There's a lot of noise nowadays, and that's not us. So we ain't doing that. We're just gonna sing the songs we like, write the songs we like, try and get better every day, and make the world a better place through our music, and make this country a better place, and make everybody that we see better people, or maybe be better people from all the people we meet, and just be kind. And man, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's up before the sun breaks, and the rooster ain't had a chance to crow. He's the kind that keeps the country fed, and the kind that makes his living row by row. And that's every day, every day, every day, every day, every day America. With a caffeine buzz and light blue scrubs, going room to room, checking vital signs. She don't mind the overnight shift, doing anything she can, save a life. And that's every day, every day, every day, every day, every day America. Behind the scenes, they're the face, the ones that have what it takes. Give us hope and keep our country strong. And that's every day, every day, every day, every day, every day America. On a concrete floor, his back is sore, working at the plant in a factory line. Providing for his family, so he don't mind the overtime. And that's every day, every day, every day, every day, everyday America. 'Cause behind the scenes, they're the face, ones that have what it takes, give us hope and keep our country strong. And that's every day, every day, every day, every day, everyday America. He can feel the sand between his teeth as he looks through the crosshairs of his gun. He's 1,000 miles away from home, but he laid down his life before he run. And that's every day, every day, every day, every day, everyday America. 'Cause behind the scenes, they're the face, ones that have what it takes, give us hope and keep our country strong. And that's every day, every day, every day, every day, everyday America. Yeah, that's every day, every day, every day, every day, everyday America.
If you missed our televised episode with Rye Davis, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Marquee Backstage for full episodes, video extras, and more. We're going to have one more chat with Rye as he gives us the details on his EP, Cut to Tape. And he'll play one of the most powerful tracks, titled King Me.
So, Rye, tell us where we go from here. What's next for Rye Davis?
Yeah, well, we've got a brand new EP that we just released called Cut to Tape. It's a tribute to the old school sound. So all my heroes are, Willie, Waylon, John Fogerty, all those guys, and I really like the way that it sounds and the warmth from it. So we just got in the studio, we hit the tape, and went to town. And that's what, so that's what we just released. It's the first in a series of releases that we're going to be having. So we're actually, all the music that has had an impact on me growing up is what we're trying to pay tribute to. So Cut to Tape was an EP that was the old school sound and to the tape, and the next one is going to be just as country as you can make it. I'm talking covered up with steel guitar, just that real open, raw sound like of that all those guys did, but just country ballads. I love that stuff. And then we've also got the storytelling stuff. We've got a criminal EP in the works. So I don't know what it is.
Are we going to Folsom Prison?
Nah, well, the whole goal is to stay out of prison, except for one guy. Yeah. So whenever I write songs, I either write about leaving, cheating, or somebody dies.
That's country.
Yeah, that's country. Or somebody gets away with the crime. So we've pretty much got all the leaving and cheating covered. So what we're trying to do is come up with a concept album about all the criminal stories and stuff like that. So that's in the works. It's not completely worked out yet, but it's they're all just a series of things that are really important to me and kind of influenced my music career. So that's what's coming next in the long haul. So y'all just need to collect them all.
That's right. So Life and Times of Rye Davis.
Yeah, at some point, So, but for right now, we got a brand new EP out, Cut to Tape. Y'all check it out.
That's exciting. Love it. Let's do it.
I stopped by my parents' house 'cause Mama called today. Dad broke out the checkers, it's his favorite game to play. Well, I walked in the kitchen while he set up the board, grabbed some Dr. Peppers from the refrigerator door. He said, "Grade another doctor," while I hand him his drink. But I've heard that joke before, it's the same one every week. Then he takes off on some story of an early memory. He pauses in the middle, then he says to me, Well, I remember my first kiss, my first car, my first fight. And I remember where I was on the day that Elvis died. How can a man recall all of these milestones, but not remember where he puts his phone? Mom walks in with medicine. He said she thinks I'll forget, but it's a never-ending stream of pills, and I'm so damn tired of it. It's strange how I recall some things from my life oh so clear, but if you were to ask me now, I can't tell you the year. But I remember my first kiss, my first car, my first fight. And I remember where I was on the day that Elvis died. But I can't recall directions home from the hardware store. I got lost last week and it don't let me drive no more. Well, we played all afternoon, and when his black one jumped my red, he looked at me and smiled. King me's what he said. Then he made his final move and our game came to an end. He said, when you come back tomorrow, then I just might let you win. And I remember my first kiss, my first car, my first fight. And I remember where I was on the day that Elvis died. Thanks for playing checkers, I've always loved this game. Could you please remind me of your name?
We would like to thank our friends at Thunder Sound Studios for allowing us to film our show from their fully equipped analog and digital recording studio complex in Franklin, Kentucky. For more information about Thunder Sound, please visit thundersound.com or follow them on social media at Thunder Sound Studio. We've had a great time with you today, and we hope you've enjoyed it as well. Next week, get out your dancing shoes and join us as we debut the rock and roll honky-tonk jam band, Lee Harvey. In the meantime, check out Rye Davis' EP Cut to Tape in its entirety. Here's one more track titled Save You a Seat. I'm your host, Julie Milam, and I'll meet you here next week for more Marquee Backstage, All Access.
I'm tired of you acting like you're better than me, with all your preaching and your teaching and your hypocrisy. So let's make a toast before I take this drink. Here's to us hoping that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you a seat. Now I know I'm not perfect, but neither are you. So I don't need you judging everything that I do. Let he who ain't sinned cast the first stone. But if that ain't you, then brother, leave me alone. 'Cause I'm tired of you acting like you're better than me, with all your preaching and your teaching and your hypocrisy. So let's make a toast before I take this drink. Here's to us hoping that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you a seat. And I don't know your story, and you don't know mine. If there's a right and a wrong, then we'll find out in time. So I'll just keep doing the best I can do, and I'll worry about me, and you worry about you. 'Cause I'm tired of you acting like you're better than me, with all your preaching and your teaching and your hypocrisy. So let's make a toast before I take this drink. Here's to us hoping that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you a seat. Yeah, here's to us hoping that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you a seat.